Today's program of Bagels and Blessings was previously recorded at an earlier time. Shalom Chaverim, that's Hebrew for hello friends, and Shabbat Shalom, that's Hebrew for Sabbath peace. This is Ethel Chadwick. Welcome to another week of Bagels and Blessings. I'm glad you're listening to Bagels and Blessings today. I'm so excited. How many of you out there like rap music? Well, there's a Messianic Rap Artist. He goes by the name of Jeremiah, and you're going to get to hear some of his music and an interview with him as well. So stay with me, and I'll be right back. If you live in upstate New York and you'd like to visit a Messianic congregation, please visit Congregation Shema Yisrael. We're located in Rochester, New York at 1326 North Winton Road. Our services are every Saturday morning at 10 o'clock a.m. And while you're at Shema, please visit the Fig Tree Messianic Bookstore and Gift Shop. The Fig Tree is a great place to buy cards, jewelry, books, prayer shawls, and shofars. And the Fig Tree is open every Saturday after services around 12 o'clock noon. And it's also open on Tuesdays from noon to 5, Thursdays from 3 to 7 p.m., and Fridays from noon to 5. And if you live in the Buffalo, New York area, please visit Congregation Brit Hadashah. They are at 50 Alberta Drive in Amherst. And their services are every Saturday morning at 10:30 a.m. One of my favorite songs from Jeremiah's CD is called Watchman the Prophecy. It features an Israeli singer named Shay Soul. I think you'll enjoy it.
Temple rises by losing focus. Clouds like a man's hand, ravens feed him locusts. The prophets of Baal never will prevail. Impaled like the nail in the hands of your ale. Like the prophet in the out, stranded like Moses. Everybody asking who this man in the robe is. Everybody praying night and day, and we've been wailing at the wall because the temple standing tall. The ladder raying, laying brick and mortar. Zion's daughter answering the call. Mashiach at the east gate, tearing down the wall.
Now, wasn't that exciting? You're going to get to hear more of Jeremiah's music today, and also you'll hear an interview that I did with him just a few days ago. But right now, let's hear from one of my sponsors, Odell Chiropractic.
Your back is a delicate matter. Everyday things can affect it.
This is the last time I'm picking your toys up off the floor. Oh boy, it just went out.
Major injuries can leave you in bed for days.
Look out!
It's called vertebral subluxation. It's what happens when your back is thrown out of its correct alignment. It causes major pains and in time may damage internal functions. That's why the first time you visit Odell Family Chiropractic, they will determine if x-rays of your spine are needed to pinpoint the exact problem. If they find that they can help you, they'll develop a care plan to allow the spine to achieve the correct position and strengthen it so that it will want to stay strong. They'll prove it to you. During your care with them, they'll show you x-rays of the progression your spine is making while moving into its correct alignment. Visit today to receive a free preventative health evaluation. Call 671-9210. That's 671-9210. Say goodbye to back pain permanently.
I guarantee you this is the most different music you've ever heard me play on Bagels and Blessings, but you just got to get used to it. The guy is really talented. I like it. This one's called White Knuckle. Again, I'm featuring the music of Jeremiah.
It's a whole new thought. You've been bought by the agency, you thought that you fought. You caught the virus and you felt the plague. Slowly brought into this labyrinth you've been taught to play. You've been taught to pay and you'll be paying for years. This world is going cray, uncover your ears, uncover your eyes and silence the lies. Realize it's no surprise that you've been blinded by the man. You're believing a lie. Your knuckles are white from holding on to a dream. Let go of what you know and what you think is right. It's not what it seems. You're believing a lie. Your knuckles are white from holding on to a dream. Let go of what you know and what you think is right. It's not what it seems. Find it at the hand, confined inside a can. Confounded by the plan as you turn into a robot. Pounded into a pan and slowly rolled into a robot. Go gadget flow bot, my robot mind can grow by. Expanded by the Google search you scanned and now you know by. The camps in North Korea, the vamp to New Orleans. The stamps the New World Order plans to burn into your dreams. The beams that scan your eyeballs and turn your pupils green. You're believing a lie. Your knuckles are white from holding on to a dream. Let go of what you know and what you think is right. It's not what it seems. You're believing a lie. Your knuckles are white from holding on to a dream. Let go of what you know and what you think is right. It's not what it seems. Here I go. Drink to your health, think for yourself. Put it on the shelf, y'all. I'm going stealth like a blackbird, soar through the sky at Mach 3. I'm traveling through cyberspace trying to move silently, but every move that I make is traced and tracked. My life's been hacked, my mainframe compromised. My iCloud backs up, cracked by spies. I can see it in their eyes. This is sabotage. There's no more masking it with camouflage. The Illuminati's demonic bodies project pyramids, parallelograms and prisms, resistant slave camps and prisons, dark crystals and visions, calculated cuts and incisions, insertions of microchips, inceptions like magic tricks, perceptions of magnificence, majestic mark of the nation trip, head trip, tailspin, white knuckle. You're believing a lie. Your knuckles are white from holding on to a dream. Let go of what you know and what you think is right. It's not what it seems. You're believing a lie. Your knuckles are white from holding on to a dream. Let go of what you know and what you think is right. It's not what it seems. Go again.
I'd like to thank Excellent Air Heating and Cooling for sponsoring Bagels and Blessings. Give them a call today at 585-889-7840. They're a family-owned and operated business. Their prices are fantastic. They will take care of your air conditioner in the summer and your furnace in the winter. Give them a call today because they love the Lord and they are excellent. Excellent Air Heating and Cooling. 585-889-7840. This has been a first on Bagels and Blessings. I haven't featured a rap artist before. This is a young Messianic Jewish man who loves the Lord, and he's extremely talented. His CD is called Jeremiah. This next song doesn't feature any rap in it. It's just a beautiful song called I'll Be Okay. I think you'll like it.
I open my eyes, feel okay. I close my eyes and put my face to the ground. I cover my ears, I still hear the rain. I comfort my heart and start to sing to the sound. Why I feel like a wasted day. New day's coming and I'll be okay. Waste away. New day's coming, I'll be okay. I close my eyes, I begin to pray. I close my eyes and hope my voice will be found. I cover my ears, I still hear the rain. And comfort my heart and run away from the pounding. Why I feel like a wasted day. A new day's coming, I'll be okay. Waste away. A new day's coming, I'll be okay. Why I feel like a wasted day. New day's coming, I'll be okay. So what if I'll be okay? Lest I lose and sleep. There's a new day. Tell me why I'm still awake. Shining through the clouds. It will be okay.
You know, one of the things we always want to hear is, it's all right, it's going to be okay. And when we read the Bible, we are encouraged that God is with us, and it's all going to work out in the long run. It's going to be okay. So I really like this song, and I get it. And, you know, he knows his Messiah. He knows he'll be okay. This is Ethel Chadwick. You're listening to Bagels and Blessings. And right now, let's figure out a great place to go for lunch. If you've been longing for some Eastern European delicacies, wonderful meals, well, have I got a deal for you. Europa Cafe at 1694 Penfield Road in Penfield. It's open from Tuesday to Sunday from 8 to 3. You can have breakfast or lunch there. Delicious paninis, crepes, cabbage rolls, blintzes, all kinds of Eastern European desserts and pastries. Europa Cafe. And right next door is the Europa Deli, open 7 days a week, Monday, Tuesdays, and Saturdays from 10 to 6, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays from 10 to 8, and Sundays from 10 to 4. At the Europa Deli, you can have all kinds of Eastern European specials, pierogies, herring, all kinds of fish, cold cuts, delicious food. So that's Europa Cafe and Deli, 1694 Penfield Road. Come on in and you will be so glad you did. What I like about the songs on Jeremiah's CD is that they're all a little bit different. Some of them are rap, Some of them are just regular songs, but they're all a little bit different. There's quite a lot of variety on here. I really like it. This one is called I Waited for You.
Hey, I waited for you. I tried so hard. I waited for you, and I'm still waiting here. So many years in all the right places, making all the right faces, covered my bases. I've come to the place where I don't care. This is who I am. Maybe life's not fair. Take me or leave me, I'm not scared. I'm not perfect, I'm not prepared anymore. Oh, I'm not scared anymore. Hey, I waited for you. I tried so hard. I waited for you, and I'm still waiting here. Hey, I waited for you. I tried so hard. I waited for you, and I'm still waiting here. My heart's dripping out of my right hand. The past couple months haven't been so grand. I felt pain and loss, let my wounds heal, let me feel again. I want my inspiration back, oh yeah. I want my stories to relate the fact, oh, I'm a true believer in the power of love. Hey, I waited for you. I tried so hard. I waited for you, and I'm still waiting here. Hey, I waited for you. I tried so hard. I waited for you, and I'm still waiting here. Hey, I waited for you. I tried so hard. I waited for you, and I'm still waiting here. Hey,
Again, that was Jeremiah. That was called I Waited for You. And I'm thinking many of us right now are waiting for Yeshua to return. Some people say it's going to be soon. I don't know. The signs are all around us. There are more earthquakes and things happening. Just be ready. All I can say is be ready. Right now it's time for me to mention another sponsor, Jarday's Hair Salon. People are always telling me that my hair is adorable. Where do you get your hair done? They always ask. I go to Jarday's Hair Salon. It's located at 2433 Lyle Road in Rochester. Their phone number is 585-429-6623. Enjoy a session that's all about you in a relaxing, rejuvenating environment at Jarday's Hair Salon. Their professional staff will always aim to please, and they will ensure that your experience is a memorable event. Be sure to give them a call today. That's Jarday's Hair Salon and Spa, 429-6623. They are your hair color specialists, and they provide facial waxing and men, women's, and children's hair cutting, hair coloring, highlighting, permanents, and nails. Jarday's Hair Salon. You'll be so glad you checked them out. All right, do you think you can handle some more rap? I know it's different, but you know what? It's good. This one is called Exile.
I'm trying to see the meaning and the point behind my purpose, the reason that I'm living in this season, feeling worthless. Words can't express the shattered dream, so distressed beyond my means, and I'm depressed, so it seems. Professional analysis, I face too many challenges, emotional paralysis. Somebody get me out of this slump that I'm slipping in, this bump in the road I'm tripping in, this dump that I'm sleeping in, where all my fears are creeping in. I feel like a child, trying to color inside the lines. Things are looking bleak when the lies in my mind align like a shrine. An assignment from the dark side of the moon. It's too soon to die, but I'm locked in this rubber room. Doom and gloom, street fighter, sonic boom. Struggling like a butterfly, emerges from a cocoon like a tomb. Body burned, buried deep in the sand. I'm an exile, I've been damned from the promised land. Is narrow, I thought the water was shallow, but I'm locked up in the belly of a slave ship, with my feet chained to my hands and a paddle man by four. The beat changed my plans, I'm a slave paddling this oar. The heat wave demands that my sweat glands will pour. I'm desperate for the land and the sand of the seashore. If I muster up the strength to give them one hammer blow, I can dismantle my shackles, let them go in a hammer throw. Like the walls of Jericho, the stronghold shatter fast, like the drum beats of my past. My signal shatters the glass, my head whips, my stick flips, my rhythm shatters the mast. The violence snaps and cracks, the mainsails fail. Haven't seen the light for days, my skin's gone pale. I'm all washed up from at the belly of this whale. A sail is a shirt and seaweed for a skirt, like an aborigine, skin coated in dirt.
This is Ethel Chadwick. You're listening to Bagels and Blessings. And I've been featuring the music from Jeremiah. Stay tuned for an interview with him coming up soon.
Shalom, Joel Chernoff here for the Restoration of Israel Minute. Did you know that God promised in Genesis 22:18 that through Israel all of the nations would be blessed? If you are not Jewish and believe in Yeshua, Jesus, you can thank a Jewish rabbi, Paul the Apostle. Over 1,800 years ago, Paul wrote in the book of Romans that he was called by God to spread the good news to the Gentile nations. His legacy to the nations has resulted in billions of people coming to know the Jewish Messiah and his atoning death and resurrection. All Christians can be thankful for this rabbi's legacy. This is Joel Chernoff for the Restoration of Israel Minute. Shalom.
Today, over 40% of Israelis live in poverty. We have an opportunity to return the blessing God has given us through Israel by becoming a part of God's prophesied restoration of Israel. To learn more, go to roiminute.com. That's roiminute.com.
Bagels and Blessings is a ministry of Shema Yisrael Messianic Congregation. Your tax-deductible contributions will help keep this program on the air. Make checks out to Shema Yisrael, that's SHEMAYISRAEL. And please put Bagels and Blessings on the memo portion of your check. Send your contributions to Bagels and Blessings, Post Office Box 192, Scottsville, New York, 14546-0192. And come and experience Messianic worship in person, Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. Shema Yisrael is located at 1326 North Winton Road, about a half-mile south of Empire Boulevard.
This is Ethel Chadwick. You're listening to Bagels and Blessings. I just wanted to remind you that today's show is pre-recorded, so there won't be a coupon giveaway today, but please tune in next Saturday where I'll be live in the studio and you'll definitely have a chance to win a coupon for bagels. And now I'd like to share with you an interview I did about a week ago with Jeremiah. And welcome to Bagels and Blessings.
Hey.
So nice to talk with a new talent.
Yeah, happy to be talking to you.
Thank you. Well, I was wondering if you could tell me a little bit about yourself. Like, for example, did you grow up in a typical Jewish home?
Well, I would say typical in that we ate Chinese food a lot. But, no, I wouldn't consider it typical, actually. We were raised in the church. My parents became believers about a year before I was born. So, first they started out in Jews for Jesus, and then transitioned to a church. And so my earlier years were involved for Jews for Jesus, and then a church.
I see. I'm always fascinated with second-generation believers because I'm wondering, did you just automatically embrace your parents' faith, or was there a point in time when you had to kind of decide for yourself that you were going to personally follow the Messiah?
Yeah, I think it's always a personal choice, and if it's not, then it's probably not a real faith. But I would say I accepted what I was taught and what I was brought up with, and I feel like I had a relationship with God growing up, actually. So I felt like I knew God and I understood Him, and I used to be very evangelistic even as a child. I remember telling my friends about God and wanting them to come to church with me and bringing them and witnessing to friends and different people. And yeah, at some point I did make, a commitment. I've made a few commitments along the way. I think I made I remember making an early commitment as a child in probably in a church classroom or something. And then later in life, probably around 15, I think is when I made my real, more mature commitment at a summer camp.
And so it must have just always seemed completely natural and normal for you to believe that Jesus was the Messiah coming from a Jewish background.
Yeah, I guess I never really questioned whether it was Jewish or not, because I thought that it was.
What about other members of your family, cousins, uncles, aunts, grandparents? Did any of them believe also? Yes and no. I would say a little bit of a mix. One of my aunts is also a believer, and I would say none of the rest really are. Some are secular with no real commitments to religion or faith. And then another part of the family just kind of cut us off, actually, or at least cut off connection with my father after he came to faith. He was kind of bold in his earlier years. That may have scared them a little bit. Yeah, it's unfortunate that that happens sometimes when Jewish people accept that Jesus is a Messiah. Sometimes there are family members that just can't accept it and do, sever relationships, and that's always a very sad thing.
Yeah, I mean, it would have been nice to get to know that side of my family a little bit better. Unfortunately, we haven't really had a strong connection there. And, I guess that's just the price you pay,
That's a prayer opportunity, isn't it, Jeremiah?
Yeah. Growing up, I guess I didn't really ever think too much about it. It's just the way it was.
Well, you know what I want to talk about now? I want to talk about your music, because I have a confession to make. I didn't always like rap music.
Oh, really? You're the first person that's ever told me that.
Well, I don't know if it's my generation or what it is, but I should say until you. I have to say that you have a style in the words, and it's the way you play the congas. I don't know what it is, but I'm finding that I do like it now. So I want to know all about your music talent. For example, I don't know, even learning to play the congas, the words. I mean, when did you start writing all these songs and performing them? Tell me about your musical journey.
Yeah, well, it definitely has been a journey. It's been an exciting one, really. I started playing the drums when I was young, probably around like 9 years old. In elementary school with just the school band, and then growing up, I got a drum set, started playing the drum set in garage bands, and then also had a guitar, and so I started kind of teaching myself and playing with friends, and we would do, little jams, and by high school I was in choir and select choir, so I would sing more, and then college came around, and I just kind of had the inkling or the inclination. I wasn't much of an academic. I was more into sports and creative things and art and music, and so I just decided to pursue music. And, from there, I mean, I can continue to elaborate. I was a music major, and I've been rapping now and writing music since then for about 10 years.
It's amazing. And I don't think everybody could be a rap artist. I think it takes a certain talent. I think because you have a percussion background also, you have that natural rhythm, because let's face it, when you're rapping, it kind of has to fit in a certain beat with the music. I mean, I don't know. I'm a musician also. I play piano, a little guitar, and I sing, but I don't think I could rap. So I think it's a special gift, Jeremiah.
Thanks. Yeah, I started actually playing the drums for a hip-hop band.
Really?
That's kind of what got me into it. So I started listening to it more, and listening to the rap artist and trying to, play beats that would work with him. And I moved to Philadelphia for a while, went to school there, and I got involved in the music scene there and started rapping myself. My first rap I wrote with a friend who I heard rapping in a cafe, and we went to the open mic event, and I went up there with a piece of paper in my hand with my first rap, and it was my first real time ever doing it, and I started rapping it off the piece of paper. I was nervous, it was shaking. And then I just kind of felt this boldness come over me, and I threw the paper down and just kind of released something. And I don't know, I really felt, I feel like I felt the power of the Holy Spirit at that moment, and I guess the rest is history from there. I just, continued to pursue it, but that was kind of like my first rap moment. And yeah, I felt like I had an ability in it, and a God-given talent in it, even though I hadn't had that much experience. So that's kind of what kept me going.
Amazing. Now, do your parents have musical ability also? I always wonder if it's in the genes or you're just gifted.
I think it's skip the generation.
That's so funny. Well, let's talk about your CD. When did you put that together, and how can people get a copy of it?
Well, that's actually my first real album, my first full-length album release. I've done some EPs and singles and music videos in the past, but I recorded that in Poland. I was actually playing the drums with Ted Pierce on a tour, and we ended up in Poland recording his album. And in the midst of that, the producer he was working with, we really connected, and so I decided, well, let me take a little bit of time here and see if I can't come up with an album. I hadn't written some stuff. I hadn't written much in a while, and I was going through some hard times in my life. Actually, that's somewhat of where this album came from. There are some deeper and even maybe darker tracks as well, some exciting ones too. But and I sat down. I said, "Listen, I'm going to try writing a rap, maybe one rap a day, and see what comes out." And within 2 weeks, I had the whole album written lyrically. And then the next 2 weeks, I wrote all the music on the keyboard and on the drums. And in a month, I had a rough demo, I guess you could say. And then we started recording.
Amazing. And now, if someone wants to get a copy of it, how would they do that?
Well, at the Messiah conference, I had quite a bit of CDs there. It was my first run, so I have hard copies. And you can contact me currently through my Facebook page, Facebook/Jeremiah Vision, for hard copies. And they're also going to be on my website, watchmanvision.com, and there's a store there.
Excellent.
The hard copy, and it will also be on iTunes soon. I wanted to try to release the hard copy first as kind of a promotion, but it should be on iTunes coming soon.
This is Ethel Chadwick, and you're listening to Bagels and Blessings, and I am interviewing Jeremiah, a Messianic Rap Artist. You mentioned that you played drums with Ted Pierce, and we got to explore that a little bit because, Ted Pierce is very well known in the Messianic movement, and not just anybody can end up playing drums with Ted Pierce. How did that happen?
Yeah, well, I wasn't super familiar with his music at the time, but 2 years ago at the Messiah Conference, I was there and I released my first music video, Watchman, and Ted saw it, and I knew the same Polish producer I had mentioned. His name is Pavel. I knew him from Israel. I had met him there a few years back. And so we had, already had a relationship. And so he told Ted, they were going to go on a short tour of the East Coast. And he told Ted, hey, this guy, he's pretty good. He plays drums, and Ted was just like, hey, man, you want to join? And, we did a quick rehearsal. I played on the set with them on the main stage, and that was history. We went on a month tour of the East Coast with Ted, and it was really fun. He really gave us the stage and the opportunity to show what we do, and I was able to rap and sell my products and whatnot along with him, and we really had a good time.
How exciting! So you've done quite a bit of traveling.
Yeah, I actually was just telling my friends the other day, a bunch of us Israelis were talking about all the different countries he went. I started rattling them off, and it didn't stop for a while, and people were actually quite impressed, yeah, because we also did a European tour the following year with Ted. So that was pretty fun.
Wow. So, Jeremiah, in your travels, both here and overseas, have you had a lot of opportunity to share your faith and to discuss things of the Lord with other people? Because, with music, you can relate to people in a way that maybe you couldn't otherwise. And so I'm thinking you've probably had a lot of opportunities to share with people.
Yeah, I would say so. Just in touring, you always meet tons of people, usually after the show. And sometimes I tend to be a bit of a quieter person, and then when I get on stage, I kind of unleash a bit, and kind of let it go, and get a little crazy sometimes. Even I get bold and loud, and sometimes people think that they don't recognize me on stage and as I am in person. But yeah, I get to share a lot just through the words, because when you're rapping, it's a form of communication, and it's poetry in a way as well, and it's a lot of words. So I think I probably share the most that way nowadays, and through my music videos. But there's always conversations you have after the fact, and I do live in Israel now, full time in Jerusalem, and I'm always looking for ways to just have conversations with people. I'm always meeting new people, and it's a very international city and country.
Great. How long have you been living in Israel?
Well, I moved there first and made Aliyah 6 years ago.
So does that mean, well, obviously you speak Hebrew fluently then?
I'm getting there. I still have some work to do because I have traveled quite a bit in between that, and so there's been lapses in my progression, but I speak enough to get around, and I'm still learning. I'm still actually in school for it. So
great. Your parents must be so very proud of you.
Yeah, I definitely feel supported by them. They were with me this year at the Messiah conference, helping me with the sales table, and my dad's been a big support in my music. He helped me buy my first, recording gear and microphones and keyboard, and he's a writer himself, a screenwriter, and so we've worked on some scripts before. We wrote the first screenplay for the Watchman music video together. We just wrote another script for Watchman 2, which will be coming out within the next few months. And so we work on stuff all the time. Actually, one of my first more end times-oriented songs, Eastgate, which is an old single of mine, we worked on together. And so, yeah, he's definitely been a big support.
That's wonderful. Now, is there anything that you would like the listeners to be praying for you?
Yeah, well, I would definitely like to see some success with my new album. I think probably one of my biggest issues is the marketing side of things, because I take so much time in the preparation and the creativity and the the quality of the recording, and that's a lot of work. And I guess when it comes time to marketing, I tend to lose a little bit of momentum there. It's hard to do everything. So marketing and promotions and just strategies to, get the music out and the word out and the message out about what I'm doing and what I'm working on, and, would be a big help.
Absolutely. And Jeremiah, I was just wondering, what's the spiritual climate like over in Israel? Are they open to the gospel, or, what have you found?
I guess it kind of depends who you're talking about. I would say in comparison to American Jews, if we're talking about Jewish people,
yeah,
there would be more of an openness in Israel, for sure. And even a curiosity. I would say the secular culture in Israel is far more open than the secular community would be in America. The religious community is probably less open. They're more of antagonizing towards, Messianic Judaism and Jewish believers.
Sure. And do you feel safe living in Israel?
Yeah, I do. I definitely do. I feel very safe.
So often we read about rockets falling and people having to go into shelters and wear gas masks, and it sounds like it could be a little scary sometimes.
Yeah, this past summer, not last year, there was a war going on, and we were actually down at the Western Wall praying. Me and my dad, he came to visit for a while, and we heard the sirens, had to huddle into the prayer tunnel next door, and when we peeked out, the rockets were overhead, and they were getting blown out of the sky by the defense system, and we saw the whole thing. It was pretty amazing being at the Western Wall and witnessing that. And in some ways, somebody might find that scary, but in another way, it really felt like God was in control and He was protecting us, and it felt real. So that was probably the closest run-in I've ever had, but I wasn't scared. It actually felt like I was protected in a supernatural way, and I mean that's the safest place to be.
Yes, you knew that God was with you.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, Jeremiah, it's such a thrill to have met you and to become acquainted with your music and to have changed my whole view on rap music. I owe it all to you.
One person at a time.
So I'm hoping to have a Bagels and Blessings exclusive on your next 10 albums, okay?
Sounds good.
Great. Well, how long are you going to be in the country?
Well, I'll probably be here for another few weeks. I originally was going to leave next week, but I just got some great news that my last music video release, Intergalactic Zombie Hunter, has been nominated for an award in a music video awards. So I may try to attend that.
I saw that. That was scary. That was scary. What kind of a person does that? No. That just shows how versatile you are.
Yeah, well, the idea is to reach a different audience with a message that I feel is on God's heart, and that's, an end times message of when things are going to be going south and how God's going to come back and He's going to bring justice to darkness.
Amen. Now, if somebody wants to find that video, where would they find it?
Right now, they can find it on YouTube, Jeremiah Intergalactic Zombie Hunter, and they'll also be able to find my Watchman music video there as well, and the new one coming out soon. So, the Watchman Vision YouTube page.
Jeremiah, this is really going to be a first on Bagels and Blessings. I've been on the air almost 18 years, and I can assure you that at no time has the word zombie ever come up.
Yeah, it was new for me, too.
That's great. This is great. Well, gosh, this has been so great. I should say this has been swell. That's a word from my generation. But, thank you so much for being my guest on Bagels and Blessings. And let's see, you'll probably be in the country when this airs. I'm going to air this, I think, on July the 18th.
Okay, yeah.
So I'll give you details as to how you can listen, and I'll make sure that you get the podcast as well. Thank you so much. My love to your parents. I had the pleasure of meeting your charming parents at the Messiah Conference. And I know that you are going to be very successful. God is with you, and you're a very talented young man.
Thank you so much. Yeah, it's been really fun. Thanks for the opportunity. Good talking to you.
Thanks. All right, we'll be in touch. God bless you, dear. Shalom.
The sun is shining brightly through the desert sky, in a land where the milk and honey drips and flows like wine. I'm just a man, I'm in the cave and I'm just pouring out my time, waiting for the day when I'm released into the prime of a rhyme. The sign of a true warrior, inheritance and quietness, the stillness of my soul, I'm a lion waiting for a lioness. Trying to be silent, but my violence like a virus in my sinuses. My future highness lies and waiting cries. Says she's stuck in the watchtower, waiting for a prince who has a king who thinks his son's not prepared to share his rings. Her heart sinks as she sings a song of solitude and solemnness, crying out in sorrow for tomorrow. Why the hollowness? A bottomless pit of despair. Angry hippopotamus, platypus, Spartacus, Greek gods a part of this rhinoceros tale of Genesis, and fallen angels, man and mammal mix into Pegasus, colored bangles and rainbow striped zebras.
I'm locked up in this watchtower, in this watchtower, waiting for my prince. My lonely heart sings. I'm locked up in this watchtower, in this watchtower, waiting for my prince. My lonely heart sings.
The deepest, darkest Darkest cracks from in the depths of my soul, while I'm trapped up in this cave, getting slapped up in this hole, backed up in the corner and cracked up in this cistern, smacked up in my face by my mistakes when I took this turn and that turn and this road, kiss this toad, the wind blowed, the fat burn, my scales fall, letting out my cat call, roaring like a wild beast, a bull in a china shop, tearing up the Middle East, won't stop till I reach the top, the pinnacle, the precipice, not cynical, the restlessness, a miracle, miraculous, I'm storming the gates as my shackles live, my bride awaits me in the Garden of Eden enclosed, but first I gotta battle with these droves of pigs in robes, Leviathan, Goliath, and giants of twisted violence, Medusa's gonna lose her snakes in a moment of silence, the sky goes still, the air goes cold, my blade slices flesh as the prophecies were told.
I'm locked up in this watchtower, in this watchtower, waiting for my prince, waiting for my prince. Locked up in this watchtower, my lonely heart sings, waiting for my prince. My lonely heart sings, yeah, yeah, yeah. For the bottom, my lonely heart sings.
I slay the wicked minions and I breach the gates with a key that I found in a distant land, in a hole in the ground, buried deep in the sand, like a mole huddled down with my feet in my hands. I ascertained my token, which was spoken to my being. It broke into my spirit and my eyes started seeing my precious prize, Princess Bride on the horizon. The mountains bowing down at the sound as I ride in. On the horizon, white horse rider, sword and shield. On the horizon, shod with armor from head to toe.
This is Ethel Chadwick. You're listening to Bagels and Blessings, and today I'm featuring the music from Jeremiah. I hope you enjoyed that interview with him. This one that you just heard is called Princess Bride, not to be confused with a movie that we all know and love, Princess Bride. And, you know, there are so many things from that interview that just really stick out of my mind. I mean, did you get the whole zombie intergalactic thing? I mean, you know, when have you ever heard that on Bagels and Blessings? Today is just really, really different all the way around. But I hope that you're enjoying the program, and let's see what else we'll come up with. Stay tuned. I think we got time for one more song. I give you Jack of All Trades. This is Jeremiah.
I'm a wordsmith, mixed up in this rap run, trying to be platinum, never gonna happen. Got $1 million bills, use them as a napkin. Now my lips are chapping from the special paper. What's a dollar made of? I can tell you later. I can be Darth Vader. Luke, I am your father. I got a red lightsaber, and it's getting hotter. I got a New York father, eating like a filthy, married to my mother, making me feel guilty when my room is filthy. Trying to Jewish guilt me. All my friends are worried cause my skin is turning milky. Why you don't pick up the phone? Why you locked up in your room? Acting like a jackaloon, writing all those cheesy beats. Why'd you got the lights off? Always sitting in that seat, writing rhyme all night long. Yo, I just wrote a tight song.
Jack of all trades, master at once. I'm a lonely man, mixed up in this red run. This one gift, this one is one. I can make you listen to me.
sheet of paper? Can I have a rental? Never did my homework, thought that I was mental. Tough on the outside, inside gentle. Flying over crossbars, I was on the track team. Super pole vaulter, living out my track dream. Captain of marine team, I was into fitness. Always had a skateboard, practicing my kick flips, practicing my triplets, beating on my drum set, working on my moped. Shocked it hasn't broke yet. Volkswagen spoke set, I'm a super beetle. Subs in the backseat, it's all that you need. Yo, bass, 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 bone, crashing bass, the gold, collapsing bass, but the bass from outer space. Working as a valet, Northeast Jersey, dollar bill salary, thousands of singles filled up my pockets. This is a Mercedes, don't forget to lock it. Fast like a rocket, took her on the back roads like we did with every car. Didn't tell you that though. Where'd you learn to rap, yo? On the streets of Philly, cheesesteak central. One a day would fill me, probably gonna kill me, but I couldn't help it. Fry me up some onions, take the cheese and melt it. Mozzarella melted, provolone cheddar, whiz with hoagie, tastes a little better.
Take a little train, master one. In the trap round. This one kiss, this one miss one. I can make you listen to me.
Put your hands together, come on.
And now here's Phil Klein with the Aaronic benediction.
Yivarechecha Adonai v'yismorecha Yagir Adonai panav alecha v'yikunecha Yisa Adonai panav alecha v'yasem lecha shalom.
Now may the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord make his face to shine upon you and be gracious unto you. May the Lord lift up his countenance upon you and give you his peace. This is Ethel Chadwick saying, Shalom Aleichem, peace be with you. Remember, every day of your life is an opportunity to be a blessing to someone. Thank you so much for listening to Bagels and Blessings. Shalom.